Jazz, thank you for meeting with Indian Expat. Firstly, how did the name SUGARBAKERS come about? It sounds more like an exotic patisserie than an interior design firm.
Thank you for inviting me. Well said. SUGARBAKERS, the name SUGARBAKERS came from an American TV series. It was a program in the 70s and it was started by 3 women and a gentleman. SUGARBAKERS, my company SUGARBAKERS, started in 1994. I'd always been interested in interiors. Even as a child of 10, I loved color. I was the one who was picking colors for the walls, and during Diwali I was the one who was picking fabric for curtaining and fabrics for the sofa. Even as a child, I remember it was part of me, and never thought that it was something different. What I didn't realize was that there was such a thing as a career as an interior designer. After school, I went on to join the airline industry, and I was flying for 15 years. Even during that time I was going to many different beautiful places, lots of beautiful hotels, restaurants, cafes all over the world, and I always found that I had this intuition to look at and appreciate beautiful things, never realizing that I actually still wanted to be an interior designer. Along my travels, I met a very small but very creative team of designers, and somehow at that time managed to buy into their company 10 years ago. And the rest, I guess, as they say, is history. Today, what I do because of my passion for interior design. I guess some of my most memorable projects would be the ones where the client has given us a carte blanche to do what you want with the space, where they trusted us and said, you know, we've seen your work, we've seen you have come highly recommended, and do whatever you want. A project that comes to mind immediately is one where we designed a 3-story restaurant come club and sort of a lounge space, where we had to design even the central staircase of that whole 3-story volume.
Jess, what are you working on at the moment? I know you've just completed designing a jewelry store in Jodhpur. How did you manage to pitch and win the project, considering you're Singapore based? And there's already such an immense pool of talent in India.
Presently we are adding the final touches to a high-end boutique jewelry showroom in Jodhpur, India. This boutique jewelry store sells beautifully handcrafted pieces to patrons like Priyanka Chopra, Angelina Jolie, and I was traveling in India on a holiday when I met Mr. Manesh, and we became friends. Today, after I think it's been about 4 years now, and we have designed Mr. Manesh's home. Obviously he must have liked it, and he has asked us to design his boutique showroom. Mr. Manesh and myself now are no longer just clients, we've become very good friends, and we are in talks about a boutique resort that is going to be developed. Most of our clients become our friends after the project is completed, especially when all goes to plan, as they say. We have completed many different projects around the world, and most of the time it's all from word of mouth. SUGARBAKERS don't advertise. We've only just started social network sites like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, which has helped us to push the word along a little bit, but we find that the best form of advertising is through word of mouth. And if you have not come recommended by somebody else, then why would you want to use them? Every market segment is different, and we are always on our toes to never be stagnant, but to move on with the ever-evolving trends and changes of society. Spaces are of course different wherever we go, and the weather too plays a huge part of the design process, believe it or not. I could give you an example. Where a fireplace is a functional feature of a home in Europe and South Africa, here in Asia we have clients who have asked us for a feature fireplace for aesthetic reasons. We try and educate our clients on some of these features, but when they still ask for them, we give them what they want and call it a hit and run. It's a SUGARBAKERS inside joke. Most of our clients are people who are well-traveled, educated, and desire the finer things in life. Many try and imitate a perfect holiday by replicating hotel rooms into their homes or bring in a slice of their holiday experience somehow. Most have budgets for renovations and interiors which are not run-of-the-mill. Most of our designs are a creative, eclectic mix of classic features with contemporary function. But truth be told, we believe and personally love the traditional black and white classic. Why try and redesign the wheel is what we say. This is one of our latest projects, which coincidentally was also featured in a luxury magazine in South Africa in August 2014. We all love our home and we love many beautiful things in life. But we can't have the cake and eat it too. So I would advise my clients to stick to a concept of between 1 and 2 different ideas. The less idea one has, the more coherent and bigger the space will look. Number 2, when you love something, for example a color or a feature, use as little of that as possible to make it special, and try not to repeat it all over the place, because this will give the feature more importance.
Jess, on behalf of Indian Expat, we'd like to say thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure being